Hello traders, welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. I hope all of you are doing well. Today I decided to stay on the sidelines and honestly that was a plan in itself. I was expecting a gap down opening and instead of jumping in early, I wanted the market to settle down before taking any fresh trades. Sometimes not trading is the best trade and today was one of those days. So as I had discussed in the last video that I will be not trading today, I'll be taking a day off. That is exactly what I did. There were absolutely zero trades for me. So we'll quickly review how the market actually behaved post gap down, the kind of price action we saw where buyers and sellers showed up, and whether there were any clean structures forming once the volatility cooled off. Then we'll move on to the setup for tomorrow. What levels I am watching, what could trigger the next directional move, and how I am planning to approach it if we get continuation or a reversal from here. So make sure you watch till the end to see my complete plan for tomorrow's session. And if you find these daily breakdowns helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your trader friends who like a calm, structured approach to the markets. And on that note, we'll start with the video. So as expected, uh, the markets opened with 110 points around approximately gap down. Honestly, that was not too big of a gap down as I was expecting, and Indian markets have fared quite well. So this is the 4 hour time frame fib support that we had drawn, and as you can see, markets actually opened very near to the 4 hour time frame fib support only. And again, we found quite a bit of support around here. Markets consolidated for major part of the day without any clear market structure. And even if we were looking to trade today, again, as per my setup, markets did not give any good trade apart from this particular. So there was a volatility contraction, which was in the formation in the markets in the form of a triangle consolidation. Now, you might name it anything, but in reality, the names do not matter. What matters is what the price is doing. And the price here was in a very weird, moving in a weird random moment, which is the sign of a sideways momentum. And one good trade could have been taken around here, which was up after we got a closing above this particular trend line, we got this pullback, and then at the high of this, a scalping trade could have been taken. But then again, it was best avoided, keeping in mind the extent to which the day was sideways today. It was best to avoid this particular trade as well, right? I will not be needing this. So again, it was a pretty good decision to not trade today as an option buyer. Extremely sideways action. Now, because I had pre-decided to not take any trades today, I was not even looking at the charts. I had not even logged into my trading terminal, and I do not know what was the movement in the option prices because the VIX had increased today, right? So the India VIX spiked up at the open, and then again it was sideways only. VIX did not cool off with the market. But then again, I'll need some time to maybe again analyze on what was the impact of the jump or spike in the VIX on the option prices. Now, if we are to look for tomorrow, so on a daily time frame, I drew this particular trend line, right? So this can be a good resistance once we are approaching it, and above it, we can look for a good breakout trade as well. Markets have been on a daily time frame given us this very short pullback, continuing the journey on the upside. Now, today, honestly, I'm quite happy with the way Indian markets have fared compared to the markets globally. Indian markets have shown signs of resilience, and that is something which is positive. But then again, we will not be predicting anything. Job of this particular swing is done on a 4 hour time frame again, if you can see. So this was the entire up move. Markets came down, have taken a support. So we'll not be needing this particular swing anymore. And for tomorrow, again, I'll keep the plan of action very, very simple. But then again, before I discuss the plan of action for tomorrow's trade, my usual words of caution or disclaimer, as I like to call it from my end, tomorrow is the weekly expiry of Nifty. And if you are trading tomorrow and you are into option buying, make sure to shift your trading to the next week's expiry. Do not trade in tomorrow's options, right? Tomorrow expiry, the options which are expiring tomorrow. You will be paying a slightly higher premium for your entries, but then you will be doing yourself and your capital a much needed favor. Trust me, this is coming with a lot of experience trading Nifty on all days, expiry days, non-expiry days. So what I do is I shift my trading to the next week's expiry on expiry as well as expiry minus 1 day. So had I been trading today, I would have traded in the following week's expiry. Apart from the expiry special trade, which is based on the OI build-up and the change in OI, which actually happened in the last week's expiry. If you are not clear about the concept, I have very clearly explained the same in the last week's video. I believe it will be the video on Tuesday evening. Yeah, last week's Tuesday evening, the video which was published. You can go and check the expiry special trade. So in only in case of an expiry special trade setup which is forming, I will be trading in tomorrow's expiry. That is also post 2 p.m. mostly, and that will be a hero zero kind of a trade. So make sure you are well aligned with it. In case if this is something new to you, even after watching the video, do not trade it immediately. Make sure to kind of go through it and observe it thoroughly for a couple of expiries and only then jump in for those expiry trades, right? For tomorrow, I'll keep the plan of action extremely, extremely simple. Above this long, below today's low, short, in between this zone, uh, strict no trading zone, right? There was a lot of volatility around here. Not I would not like to call it volatility, but a lot of confusion around here. A lot of people's stop losses would have gotten hunted if they would have taken entries around here. And that is what happens in a sideways market, right? That is why I pay a lot of attention to the market structure and how it is behaving. Around here, once we are approaching this particular trend line, if we see any negative price action, we can look for a trade on the short side. Needless to say, above this, not only for tomorrow, but then again for the foreseeing future or this particular week in particular, if we move up above this with a pullback, we can look for a trade on the long side as well, right? So this particular gap down today, which happened, was on account of the massive crypto sell-off, massive global sell down, which came in post Donald Trump gave the announcements about trade, imposing certain more trade tariffs on China. Although clarifications had come in, he said that it was just a trivial issue and then things are sorted and things will be fine with between US and China. It had come out, the clarifications had come out as well before the Indian markets had opened. But then, like I said in the last video, the only thing more dramatic than Indian TV soap operas is the Indian stock market. It will absolutely react to anything and everything. And as such, even though not a big gap down, but yes, the reaction was still there, right? So, yeah, this will be the simple plan for tomorrow. So, that's it from my side for the analysis part and the trade plan. So, remember, patience in trading isn't about doing nothing, it's about waiting for the right something. I'll see you tomorrow with the next setup. Until then, stay disciplined, trade safe, and yeah, cheers. Thanks for tuning in.